Good morning and welcome. We are going to do a short video about how to do the boxes and bullets. I know one of my friends didn't get very much practice with this before we left for spring break, and then it's been 3 weeks, so it seems like several of us have forgotten how to do our boxes and bullets. So when you're setting up your notebook paper, always take the first 3 lines, and I draw my line all the way across the paper, up the red line, all the way back across the paper, and then we're closing it out on the other side. Remember, this is where you are going to write, turning it sideways so I can write, I'm sorry guys, your introduction and your central idea statement, right? That is where you write your introduction and your central idea statement. Remember, your introduction is the first thing that the reader gets to see. It's got to wow them. You've got to add some pizzazz into it, make it pop as you write it. Then I always go through, and when I'm setting it up, I always drop down to the bottom, and I'm going to use the same amount of lines, 3 lines. I don't want to use this line because there's nothing to write on. So your G's, your J's, your P's and Q's, they can't drop below the line because there's no line below it. Okay, so don't use that one. Leave it blank. Same thing, I start at the red line, I go all the way over to the other side of the page, and I go up 1, 2, 3 lines, draw all the way over to the end of the line, because remember, you can write all the way to the edge of the paper unless your word gets split up. If your word gets split up, erase it, move it to the next line. Okay? Coming back over the red line, and I'm going to therefore drop that out. Now, this particular writing piece that we're doing today is talking about a famous person, why you would like to meet them. So that really might only be 2 great paragraphs, okay? So remember, I'm going to put a bullet just below for our first topic sentence, who it is and explaining why they're famous. And then I'm going to do one just underneath the dot, underneath the hole, right there. And that's going to be my why. Okay? So this one is my who. And this is my why. Okay? And then your bottom box is your conclusion. Wrap it up. Don't forget, when you're doing your who and why, okay, you need to use your how, why, cafe, right? So this one's already why, so you're going to use your cafe to give examples, right? So a cautionary, an anecdote, a fact, or an example. Same thing up here, your how, why, cafe. Your cautionary, your anecdote, your fact, your example, okay? So remember, we are writing about someone who is famous this week. This will go for any of the ones that we do. Sometimes you need 3 paragraphs if we're explaining the reasons why we like something, right? But for this one, we only need just the 2 paragraphs, okay? But they should be really 2 really good paragraphs that include good examples to support our topic sentences. All right, so let's start. I'm going to turn this my way a little bit. Trying to get this lined up for you so that you can see. So I'm going to start with intro. So I might throw in a question. So I might start with, who is a person that you would like to meet? Are they smart, funny? Don't press too hard, it makes your hands hurt. Kind. I would, central idea, who are you wanting to meet, right? Love to meet Samuel Adams. Okay? So then you're going to drop down and you're going to do your topic sentences. So there is my introduction, including my central idea statement. Don't forget, use your punctuation. It should go in there after every time you're changing a thought. Don't wait till the last minute to use your punctuation. I've gotten a lot of drafts already that are lacking punctuation, and it's just one long sentence. Okay? Punctuation goes at the end of every time you're changing your thought. All right, so let's look at the who. So then I need to explain who Samuel Adams is. Okay? So I'm going to say Samuel Adams. I can't say is because he's not alive. He was alive. Was a patriot. Okay? I'm going to say he, and then I'm going to explain what that is. Okay? So, my bullet is my who he is. He's a patriot. Then I'm going to go through, and I need to have at least 3 sentences that explain, remember 3 sentences, that explain why or how Samuel Adams was a patriot. Okay? So I would say wrote Benjamin Franklin, Samuel Adams wrote a newspaper. During the Revolutionary War. Okay, so that's not a complete sentence, right? I'll go back and make it into a complete sentence. And then I would say that he helped write the Declaration of Independence. Remember, you can always go back and spell check. And then he helped write the Constitution of the United States. Remember, your dashes are not complete sentences. These are just your ideas. You can then go back and put them into complete sentences when you move into your draft, which is what we'll do next week. There is a movie called 1776. If your parents will ever let you watch it, it is actually about the writing of the Constitution of the United States. And it's a musical. There's a song in it where Sam Adams, Benjamin Franklin, and if I remember right, John Adams, so not John Quincy Adams, John Adams, the second President of the United States, as well as John Quincy Adams was a president later on, were debating on what the national bird would be. And Benjamin Franklin was like, needs to be the turkey. Right? Well, they ended up settling on the bald eagle, which is great. So it's a really funny, great little story. And then I want to write why. Well, for me, he did all of this, but Samuel Adams I'm actually related to Samuel Adams. He's a great cousin. So I've always been really interested to actually meet him and get to know him and get to learn a little bit why the family, because John Adams was there. John Adams and Sam Adams are cousins, and why the family was so set on breaking apart from the King of England. And so that's something I would really like to meet. And so why they would like to do that. So I would say I would like to meet Samuel Adams, because, right, there's my conjunction, but it doesn't need a comma. He is family. And I might just say, and he was family, right? And leave it there, because I can go in and explain why meeting him as family would be really cool to do, right? So first of all, I just love to get to know, a famous person from the family. So on my grandfather's side, my grandfather is Native American. He's about an eighth. Nope, he's a fourth Native American. His mother was half Native American, but we can actually trace the family lineage. He was a Hite, and so he was part of the Hite family that ran around with the Jesse James gang. So on one hand, we have criminals on one side, and then if we would have not won the Revolutionary War, we would have had criminals on my grandmother's side. So it was really kind of interesting to see where our family takes us and get to meet those people that we never got to meet. So know a person famous from the family. Understand his thinking, because I don't know his thinking, right? We just know what we have written in papers. Make my D nice and tall, and then that might be it for me, is those are the big things, and I know I can expand on those. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Okay? So I might say Samuel Adams is, or was, he isn't is, right? Past tense, was smart, but also stood up for what he believed. Sorry, guys, missing my conclusion. In. So remember, I threw a little extra little fact in the end to make it stand out. Okay? Also, don't forget, make sure that you are using the appropriate size letters. Capital letters go all the way to the top line. Lowercase letters are starting from the middle of the line and go down. Your D's should be taller than your N's, right? F should be taller, L should be taller, K's. Please make sure you are writing lowercase k's and not capital K's as you write. Remember, you are fourth graders. All right, so I hope this helps remind you of what boxes and bullets should look like. I can't wait to read everybody's. Remember, do your best writing. Just because you're home with your parents, I can still tell whether or not you are using your best writing skills or not. Several of you have already turned them in, and they are not the quality of writing that you normally do in class. Please make sure they are the good quality writing that we normally see in class. Thanks.